What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley. We're here to talk to y'all about Baddies Chapter 2, Episode 7, entitled From Setlists to Setups. Now, I don't know if y'all understand what underwhelming is, but this was damn for sure underwhelming. This particular episode was just a mashup of stuff that happened. Let's throw this on an episode. Let's put it out there. But whatever, hey, it is to be expected, right? Baddies is just get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. They'll consume, they'll consume, they'll consume until we won't, until we start making a fuss about the crap that we're served. Now, the reason why I say that this was just a hodgepodge of stuff just thrown on the episode is because they have way too many girls and they do not know how to utilize all of the girls that they have. It's become too much. And I feel like they're just serving the fans by giving them what we want in terms of like all of these girls, but they're not serving the fans in any other way. They're not serving us in any other way. It's just a lot going on, but whatever. We're going to talk about it. Natalie comes to the radio station. Summer is there. She tells Summer all of her ops are coming. Summer doesn't care. And she still wants to stay. She still wants to be a part of this interview. Now, I remember this interview with the young lady that was the VJ because Dolly ran after her. Now, they didn't show this clip, but she didn't run after her, but she basically dug in her regarding Lex. And then the girl had to call Lex, or no, Dolly called Lex, and Lex kind of calmed Dolly down with the VJ. But the VJ was being messy. Now, we've seen Breakfast Club do this. We've seen other interviewers do this. I don't know why we didn't want this particular VJ to go there with Scotty or to go there and ask questions with Dolly regarding Summer. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what we expected of this VJ, but she was doing her job. And so I'm a bit confused with why, you know, Rolly got a little aggy, Dolly got a little aggy. Natalie is the only one that sat there and answered the woman's questions. And then some of y'all wonder why I don't or have not asked specific women to do an interview with me. So I don't know. It's like, I'm gonna just leave that at that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the VJ did anything wrong. I really don't. Summer comes out for Dolly. The VJ tries to continue, but Summer antagonized the women. Summer was picking. I'm gonna get the camera to get back at us. Summer was picking. And she was wanting to get a rise out of the ladies, and the ladies gave it to her. Mind you, I don't blame them, because if I'm sitting here trying to conduct myself professionally, trying to do an interview, why are you egging me on? Why are you stunting on me for real? TV calls out Dolly. Summer calls out Dolly. Summer calls out TV. And TV looks good. TV looks composed and, you know, poised, ready to go. All of the women looked good. But Summer just kept antagonizing. And Natalie wasn't necessarily shutting it down for real. And mind you, okay, we're filming, you're supposed to let the ragtag happen, but it just goes to show why I don't interview all of them. And sometimes I have to tell, you know, my assistant at the time, like, no, I don't want to do an interview with that person. Like, I'm not about to put myself or my equipment or my respect in harm's way because someone wants to act out and try. And I don't have any beef with these women, so I'm not sure. I'm not saying that they would just automatically come after me, but it's like, you know, I seen Chris Sean go crazy on an interview once where she was throwing stuff and breaking walls and stuff like that. It's like certain women that exude that kind of behavior is not really what I run to go interview. And it is what it is. It is what it is. They not running an interview with me. I'm not running an interview with them. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to interview everyone, and everyone doesn't have to want to interview with me. It's okay. I put down in my notes that this is unprofessional. Diamond throws a water bottle at Summer because she just can't take it anymore. She's wanting to promote her music. She's wanting to, you know, talk about music and not necessarily go off about Baddies bullcrap. So I'm not gonna say I understand why Diamond threw the water bottle, but they're filming the show. It is what it is. Summer goes off in the hallway. She starts antagonizing them through the window. The VJ asks Dolly about her and Summer relationship. Dolly says Summer is on dog food. VJ asks about Scotty. Dolly says she is messy. Rolly comes for the VJ on behalf of Scotty. Rolly leaves for Scotty. I mean, if they're friends and she feels that the VJ is being messy, by all means leave. We get to not so much of a house meeting. Pressure comes in. Amber asks Pressure, what's going on? Why do you have beef with so many people? And Pressure's like, we're on a show. It's Baddies. You know what we're here to do. Kanaya's like, Baddies is not all about fighting. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it is actually. It is. It's a 75% fighting, 25% everything else mixed in with a little performance. That's pretty much what Baddies is. Kanaya and Amber feel some sort of way towards Neek and, about them sticking together and so forth and so on. To be honest, I really did not know what the hell these women were talking about. I guess I missed the plot. I mean, if there is ever a plot with Baddies, I missed it. I'm confused. I felt like we were asking Pressure a question. Then we asked Neek the question. Then Neek got up, started crying. She was upset. There was a lot of going back and forth. She's yelling at Wet Wet like Wet Wet's the culprit, but she keeps saying, it's not you. It's not you. It's for anyone. When my hand gets that, I mean, Amber says she wanted to fight Neek because Neek didn't stick up to her side of the bargain. But I don't, like in the conversation that Neek had in the beginning, I didn't take it. Well, no, I took it as they would always stick together, but not, in that same video clip, she said, that doesn't mean we fighting everybody's beef, but we are going to stick together. I have to admit, I don't think any of them have stuck up for each other yet. I mean, Neek has stood up for Bahati way more than she stuck up for Kanaya or anybody. So I don't know. I don't know. But some people feel like Nick wasn't really saying we were gonna like have an alliance. But I don't know how else. I don't blame the girls for walking away feeling like that's what the conversation was about, because I understand it. Nick starts crying and going off. I don't know why. Amber starts playing on the piano, talking about Nick is ducking fades and she can't fight and whatever else she's talking about. Amber, Wet is an extreme Summer situation. It's like we got Amber, we got Wet, and we got Summer. Wow. And even though Summer's, no, they're all three. We got three. Wow. It's a lot to deal with. Nika's on the phone with Natalie saying that she is going to do a rehearsal instead of a house meeting. The girls have been waiting and waiting and waiting. No one shows up. Natalie says, we're not showing up at this house meeting because you destroyed this house. You destroyed the other house. And so we're not going to do this. We're just going to go to a rehearsal. Okay. Mind you, Natalie is smoking. She's feeling herself. She's lit, right? Summer bursts into Tommy's room. Tommy asked Summer if her and Dolly messed around. Summer says Dolly, laid up on me naked, but she never did anything physical. I'm like, that's kind of physical, but I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know how much of this is really, I believe, because Dolly has expressed her disdain for Summer and Lex doing things, and she has shown her wariness, but I don't know, because didn't her dude come out and say that if he saw a dude, he would. I don't know how it feels like to me that Dolly doesn't really care for the gayness in people so much. So I don't know if I really believe her climbing on Summer being butt naked. I don't know if I believe that. We get like another crazy, frantic moment with Wet pouring water on herself. Then she runs from security. Security runs after her. She goes through this gate. The security tries to stick his big ass through the gate. He gets through the gate. I don't know what this was about. I don't know the lead up or anything. We get to the rehearsal. Biggie brings in her dancers. And, Natalie's like, oh my God, outsiders. We have outsiders. Check their purse. Natalie says, you act like a diva. Biggie says, I am a diva. And, you know, Biggie says, take me off the tour if you got a problem with me. Biggie says, everyone asks me why I'm here. And she says, I'm a performer. And again, I don't know what Biggie's talking about. I don't know, but Taseki's like, girl, I never said that. They're going back and forth. Natalie's real aggy with Biggie. Where is this coming from? I don't know. Is this feeling like you need to make a moment out of Biggie? Like, we've been there, done that. We know Biggie is not going to fight. Why are we still expecting her to fight? Y'all still putting her on a show. I know y'all don't expect this girl to fight. She's not going to fight. She's not going to. Nor do I feel like Biggie has to now. She's shown time and time again that she's not a fighter and she's not going to get in there and fight. But we have seen her fight. So leave the girl alone. Let her stick to her lane of performing. Let her walk in, perform, and leave. Leave her alone. We don't want to see Biggie fight. We don't. We just want to see Biggie perform and just do her shit and perform. I said it before. Biggie needs to come off of Baddies. Baddies is not for her. I'm glad she found the lane of performing. She has an audience and you know fan base that wants to support her music. Let her do that. Get her off of Baddies. And it's not in a disrespectful way. Respectfully, she needs to stick to performing. Let her sit there. I think she's pivotal in the performance element. Natalie says, pressure comes in. Biggie goes off asking for security. Biggie says, I don't want to be in your negativity, bitch. Natalie says, don't call me a bitch. Tinka fights Rican. This is late. Tinka says, apologize. Rican says, no, because I never talked about your child. Natalie says, Biggie is performing. Biggie says, yes, I am performing. Rolly says, let the new girls perform. Ciroc comes in. Ciroc says, I don't have a song to perform. I don't know why I'm here. Ciroc, this is where I don't understand Ciroc. I like Ciroc. I think Ciroc is gorgeous, actually. I think I love her. Like, what makes Ciroc super sexy is her personality overall, but she is not an ugly woman by no means. Body stacked, face T. She's cute. She's a beautiful woman, and her personality brings her over the edge. Why is she going after Mariah? I don't know. I just don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, the girl is talking, the girl is talking, the girl is talking, the girl is talking. But even Lex has restraint with Biggie. Because, although Biggie is not continuing the talk, Lex hit her that one time and moved on. You know what I'm saying? Lex has restraint. Fauna has restraint. These girls have restraint. A lot of these girls have restraint, don't need to carry. But okay, you are on your first full season, so you feel like you have to. But with Mariah, and then you gonna walk past Tasiki to go after Mariah. I will say it was interesting how Ivory was protecting to Mariah, pulling her back. Tasiki was putting up her ear, Persuasion getting out the way because you know Persuasion and Rock and Tasiki are two, you know, strong girls, bigger girls. Some people are saying that Ciroc did not lie when it came to Tasiki, fighting Tasiki, that she kind of put Tasiki through there. I can see from being there how that looked. Because watching it, I'm like, Tasiki all over the place. But what was interesting about it is that even though Tasiki was all over the place, her punches was still bong, bong, bong. You know what I'm saying? Tasiki ain't nothing to play with. She ain't nothing to play with. That hair was a fool. That hair was a fool. But I don't know where Ciroc went after they went through that scrabble. And you know, Tasiki was like this. Tasiki was getting them. She was banging that face though, even though her hair was, you know what I'm saying? And none of these girls have the ability to do that. None of these girls have the ability to be down here and bang, 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 bang. None of them do. But Tasiki did. Because every time these girls' hands are down, they fists are all out here and all like this. To see bang, 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 bang. But I ain't gonna hate on Ciroc. Ciroc, I'm not gonna say Ciroc put Tasiki through there, but Ciroc wasn't no easy layup by the no stretch of the like. Ciroc did a straight jab, wow, but she missed Tasiki. She hit it with a straight. It was straight. Like if Tasiki face was there, but Tasiki is on that. She be bobbing in. You know what I'm saying? Tasiki is no joke. She's no joke. I don't know what the hell this match finna be. And to be quite honest, is there anything else to talk about Baddies? No, there's nothing else to talk about Baddies. Baddies is hanging up flat screen. You know, outside of Mariah crying and shit, Mariah crying because she can't get to Ciroc and her girl is fighting for her, but she saw that Tasiki was like this with the hair because of the wig, but Tasiki ate Ciroc face up. Ciroc had to go like this. But Ciroc made Tasiki bleed as well. And it wasn't no throwdown. You know what I'm saying? Like Ciroc, it wasn't no Marsh. It wasn't no Dolly. It wasn't no E.T. Ciroc did that. Ciroc did her big one. Ciroc did her big one. And I feel like if Ciroc would have known that Tasiki was going to swing on her, the whole dynamic and situation would have went differently. Even though Tasiki wasn't really banging her when she snuck her, but Ciroc did her big one. But Tasiki is a different beast. No other chick is here and busting that face open. No other chick. No other chick. No other chick. And I know I should have did a video on Lex and Tasiki, but I was bored by that. I was bored. I don't care about the fight. And it's only because so huge of a problem was made when Scotty brought it up. And I'm always sticking with that. Now, if they apologize to her and all that behind the scenes, cool. But like, I'm hoping that Scotty getting a finder's fee or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, all in all, it's a beautiful thing because I feel like these women better be making money from this. If I was Lex and I was Tasiki, I would not be making less than $500,000 from this fight. Now, y'all may think that's crazy and OD. I would not be making less than $500,000 from this fight. And to be quite honest, I would go so far. Come on, fire my face. I would go so far as to say these girls should be banking the meal. And maybe it's something where Tasiki gets the meal and Lex gets the 500,000. I don't know. But it shouldn't be nothing short of 500,000. I don't give a damn. And I feel like if they did work, if Lex was smart enough to work out that deal to where she got that much money from that, blessings. Blessings. I would say the same to Tasiki, but Tasiki is older. And Tasiki owns 3 restaurants and she's already in business. So Tasiki, I feel like Tasiki's smart enough to get her bag. But like Lex is like 23 or some shit. I don't know. I feel like, man, listen here. I'm not here for the fight. I don't care for the fight. But I just hope these girls walk away with no less than 500,000. Let's be clear. Second thing I want to talk about is, who is this fight really for? Who is this fight really for? It has to be. It's for Lex. It's not for Tasiki. We know Tasiki eats. We know Tasiki can fight. This fight is for Lex. Now I'm speaking on the viewer's perspective, not Tasiki, not Lex. This fight is for Lex. Why? Because we all want to know if someone can tear through Tasiki. Lex speaks like she can. Let's see if she can. And here's the thing. If Lex beats Tasiki, Tasiki has everything to lose. In terms of the respect that she gets from General GP, she has everything to lose. Lex has everything to gain. If Tasiki beats Lex, okay, it's Lex. I mean, it's Tasiki. We already knew she was going to win. But if Lex beats Tasiki, oh, it's a whole new tax bracket. It's like an actor or an actress winning the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Or a musician winning the Grammys. We're talking about this level. Let's not be slow. Let's bring it on the Baddies level, obviously. But if anyone beats Tasiki, their stock raises. So Lex has everything to gain in this. And I don't know why she's doing this. It's only 2 reasons. 2 reasons why, in my head. I feel like Lex is calculated. And I said this in a prior video that Lex probably sees how Tasiki fights and she feels, some sort of way about it. And she feels like she could take her. And there's 2 reasons. She wants the title to be cleared and she wants the money. That's it. Lex is the winner in this. No one else. And so Lex has a lot to prove for herself, her fans, her pockets, and her business. And we're going to see how it all throws down. There was nothing else really that happened in tonight's episode that I really want to talk about. Honestly, this episode was a wash. I give this episode a 6. And it's not because there was no fighting for real, for real. I mean, the little bout between Tasiki and Sarra was the whole episode, honestly. But it's a hodgepodge of bullcrap just wrapped up into nothing. Yeah. Leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel. Who do you think will win in the battle between Lex and Tasiki? Do you think they signed on for less than 500,000? Leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel. And do you think they owe Scotty a public apology? Doses.